In a distant world covered by misty seas and scattered stars, there lived a sailor named Elaran. His ship was no ordinary vessel. It was a living being, shaped by his emotions, steered by his will, and weighed down by the stories he carried in his chest. Elaran was not just any sailor. He was a seeker of consciousness, sailing not to arrive, but to remember. Yet lately his journey had become difficult. The winds no longer answered him, and his ship creaked with a strange tension. Deep inside his chest, something hurt, a pressure that refused to leave. At first he thought it was the sea air or the weight of time, but soon he realized it was the burden of unspoken truth. Long ago, Elaran had opened his heart fully, wide, without fear, without armor. He had discovered a treasure, a radiant connection, a love so pure it had made him believe he had reached his destination. But before he could share it with the world, it was taken from him, snatched, betrayed. He understood the reason, he saw the purpose. He even forgave in his mind, but in his body, the betrayal stayed lodged, a knot of sorrow hardened into hatred. Still, he kept sailing. Still, he sought the light. But his ship grew heavier, his chest tighter. One night, as the stars dimmed and the horizon disappeared, Elaran dropped anchor and cried out, "I've been sailing with a compass, but no strength. I forgave, but I never expressed. I knew the truth, but I never screamed it. And now I am drowning, not in ignorance, but in silence." The sea answered. From beneath the moonlit waters rose a figure, clad in armor of breath and starlight, the guardian of the Thymus, the one who watches over the sacred chest. "You seek to arrive unscathed," the guardian said, "but you forget that every treasure must be defended, and every wound must be voiced." Elaran fell to his knees. "I don't want to hate anymore, but I cannot release it." The guardian knelt beside him, pressing a hand to his chest. "This is not hatred. This is love that was not received, the treasure that was denied its place." And as he listened, Elaran saw his heart not as a battlefield, but a chest of jewels, gifts, memories, hopes, some radiant, others still covered in pain. Around it stood guards, his thymus, his immune flame, trained not to destroy, but to transform. "The thymus," the guardian said, "is not here to close you. It is here to teach you how to use the storm. Like the sea, it does not choose sides. It absorbs, it adapts, it learns. It uses the invader's own language against them. That is true power." Elaran stood and looked at his ship. He no longer saw cargo, he saw stories. Every betrayal a lesson, every failure a tool. He didn't need to throw them into the sea. He needed to rearrange them, to learn their weight and wield their wisdom. "Being conscious," he whispered, "is not about going faster. It's about knowing why I sail. It's not a race, it's a refinement." He adjusted the sails, straightened his back, rolled his shoulders, and opened his chest, not in battle, not in fear, but in readiness. And for the first time in years, he breathed deeply. As the stars reappeared, so did other ships, some friendly, some not. But this time, Elaran was not afraid. His compass still pointed toward the light. His treasure was intact. His ship was slower, yes, but stronger than ever. And on the bow of his ship, glowing in the dark, was the emblem of his new strength, a heart unarmored, yet unshaken. "I will not rush to escape pain," he vowed. "I will let it speak. I will not fight the world to protect my heart. I will expand until the world fits within it." He became a legend, not for his speed, but for his radiance. They said he sailed through the storms without sinking, that pirates avoided him not because he fought, but because he needed no defense. His presence was his shield. And long after his journey ended, sailors would gather under starlit skies and whisper, "There sails the one whose heart is flame and compass, whose treasure was never gold, but the courage to love after betrayal."